Hi everyone, and welcome to How to Create a Project Part 2 of 3. In this video I'll be telling you all about how to create the pitch itself. First of all, let's look at funding. Your maximum fundraising target, this one underneath, is the maximum amount of money you'd like to raise. Remember, if you're fundraising with us for the first time, this can be up to £1,500. And above this, the minimum target is the smallest amount of money for the project to take place. What this means is, if you're fundraising for 4 iPads, your funding target is £1,200, the price of 4 iPads. However, your minimum target is the price of 1 iPad, let's say £300. No money will be taken from the donor's accounts unless you reach this minimum target, so keep it as low but realistic as possible. It's worth bearing in mind that your funding target isn't a limit, it's a goal, so your donors have an idea of what would be useful to you. Further down this page, you'll be thinking about prices in more detail, so feel free to come back to this section later. Your project funding deadline will be approximately 1 month from when the project goes live. We really encourage all of our project creators to make a video for their pitch. Get the students involved, explaining how much the project means to them. Feel free to look at our previous projects for some inspiration. If your video is on YouTube, make sure your settings let any member of the public see it. Also make sure you read this blue box. Anyone who's in the video or image and can be identified needs to have given consent to be there and for Nesta to use their images in promotional material. Now it's time for you to talk about your project and how important it is to you and your students. First, fill in the key steps. If you don't know this last one, how many are eligible for free school meals, don't worry, we'll fill it in. Introduce your school to anyone who doesn't know it. Tell us what makes your students great. Then explain what you want in 1 sentence and indicate who it's for. Individual students, a whole class, or maybe even everyone in school. Now, the big question is, why do you want it? Have you heard of some great tech that you know would help your students, or do you have an exciting project coming up which you need tech for? Explain how this tech would make your students' education better. You're the teacher, you know your students best, so you know what would work for them. Now tell everyone else. Now let's go shopping. Give us a list of what you want, how much it'll cost, and a link to your product. Bear in mind, we might be able to recommend a cheaper supplier. Make sure you include VAT in your costing. Add up all the products, add on 2% for credit card fees, which I'm afraid are unavoidable, and calculate your total. If you've left your funding details above blank, make sure you update this now. Even once you've hit your maximum target, your page can keep receiving donations until the end of the fundraising period. So it might be a good idea to let your donors know where any extra money will go. This means you might want to add in a stretch target. For example, maybe in an ideal world, you'd buy 10 iPads for your class to use in groups of 3. Under your total, add a note saying something like this: if we raise more money, we'll buy more iPads. We'd love to have a total of 10, costing £3,000. Under help us reach our target, you can put a note to anyone who's thinking of donating, telling them how much your project means to you. You can leave our suggestion here or make it your own. It's up to you. So that's it for this video. Hope it helps. The next video is all about the final touches to your project, including rewards.